After learning if statements, we'll now have a look on nesting of if statements. Now what is nesting of if statement is that multiple if statements. In the previous videos only single if statement was given, but in this video we'll have multiple if statements. Now we'll write a program on that. Int a. Now this is the first if condition. As you all know how to write the first if condition. If a is greater than 10, suppose a is your age. If a is greater than 10, we'll write it in this way, because it is easy for us to recognize. If a is greater than 10, now it is executed till when the compiler executes, it executes till here. Now again it checks if that condition is true, it will enter into this bracket. Now here as soon as it enters, we are giving one more statement, one more if condition, that is if a is greater than 20, printf you're too old for learning, else printf you're at the right age. Now what happens here is the compiler executes till here, it checks the condition. If if your age is greater than 10 and if your age is greater than 20, it will print you're too old for learning. Now if again if not greater than 20, it will skip that printf line, it will not execute that printf, and it will come here and it will execute this line. So how to close this? Close it with a flower bracket, get ch, and return 0. Alt F9, enter any number. First we'll write 19. You are at the right age. It will display this. It will check. If it is not greater than 20, it will print this. Now what if you're greater than, I'll write 22, you're too old for learning. So this is how we execute multiple if statements. Now suppose, now one more condition I'll give. I'll write 4. See, nothing will be executed. So even for that we need to give some printing statement. So again what we are supposed to do is, when we complete this statement, because this is a whole if block. Now this if block starts here and ends here, and this if block starts from here and ends here itself. So for your understanding, I'll give flower bracket, now you will understand in a better way. So this is if block, this is if 1 and if 2. This if 1 stretches from this part till this part, and this will be here, and and this is else block. So here the first if is completed. Now what if all these conditions fail? It should print something on the screen. So else printf you're too young to understand. I don't mean anything, it's just for printing on the statement. It's just for teaching you guys. So I'll give input as 1. You're too young to understand. So that's what it works. Now suppose um, if we have multiple conditions, what to do now? If we are entering this, and so this is what is executed. So in the next video we'll be working on else if statements. If there are multiple conditions, how we need to work on those. So that's all in this video. I hope you understand all this nesting of if statement.